Hey folks, it's your boy Quincy, and today I'm gonna speak about the topic of my dreams and goals for my online dropshipping business as a solopreneur. Let me begin. Ultimately, my dreams and goals as a solopreneur for my online dropshipping business is to become multi-millionaire at the age of 44 in the 1st of May 2027, which is in 2 years time from now on. Reason being because I'm currently self-employed, and I like my freedom that having an online business does. I started it in 2024, my online dropshipping business, and I finally found something I was good at, in terms of operating it from my mobile phone every day. And it's so easy to do because I always wanted from when I from when I graduated from university back in July 2015. Before I was due to graduate from university, in my last law firm job, my old colleague said to me, and I was working my last law firm job, my old work colleague from my old law firm job, she said to me, "Oh, Quincy, now that you finished your business degree, and you graduated, why don't you start your own business?" And that sounded nice and good at the time because I just turned 33. I was about to turn 33. I didn't know what to look for, so for years, for a good, let's say, long time, I was looking what online business ideas to do, and I couldn't really find any. And then last year, I stumbled across this one on the internet, and I started it, and it hasn't made the money yet, but it's so easy to do. I'm really proud because back in January of this year, early January 2025, I spoke to my growth manager, and she said to me, "Oh, Quincy, this is you need to invest in these sort of digital marketing services that my supplier offers, and the product packages that you need to sell that's profitable for your business to do well and become successful and make money." So I wrote it all down back from January up to this month or last month, and I'm just so blessed that I've got something to focus on, because before I was lost for many years. I was trying to look for work. I was not working at the time. I was not working, and I just never liked to work for anybody. I mean, out of all the years I lived on this earth, out of all the 16 jobs I had in my whole life, only 4 of them I liked. As in my first ever job when I was 14, going 15, back in April of 1997. I was still 14 when I was at secondary school, when I had my first paper round job. I enjoyed working there because it was near. It was the same road. It was on the same road where I lived, and even though I worked for under a boss, I was out on the street delivering papers around my local neighbourhoods in Edmonton, North London, in Lower Edmonton, and I was kind of my own boss there because I took my time to sort of like deliver the papers, put through letter boxes of people's addresses here. And looking back in that retrospect, I always knew I was destined to work for myself, become self-employed, because I never liked working for anybody, because I hate being told what to do, especially me being a Gemini, being born on June 10th. My personality, I hate being told what to do. I like to be my own free spirit, my own man. So always the signs were always there, but I didn't know it at the time, sort of thing. And I liked it because I kept to work at my own pace before I started secondary school when I was in year 10, and I liked it. And obviously, the second job I liked was when I was in Burger King, when I was a college student at Harder College back in September 2000. I started there. I was there for a year, from July 2000 at the age of 18 to July 2001 at the age of 19. So I was there for a year. So when I was working there, I actually liked working there, because while I lived in Harlow, I lived in Harlow Town Centre, across the road from Harlow Town Centre. So it was literally across the road from my house in Harlow. And then obviously I was at college, so my college literally across the road from my house. So I was pretty lucky in that respect, that I've got to my job and my college are just both across the road from my house. So that was a nice, convenient way to get to work and get to college. So I enjoyed working there because I got free food, I got free burgers from Burger King and whatnot. And I liked working there. It was fun for 18, 19-year-old kid. So that was my second job I liked. The third job I liked, when I was working for my first law firm job for 3 years, between July 2003 to August 2006, from the age of 21, 24. My first law firm job in Holborn, in West Central London, near Tottenham Court Road. I was there for 3 years, and I enjoyed it because I had a great work environment. It was my first ever office job. I got to wear a nice shirt, tie, shoes and trousers, and it felt great experience for young kids. After working cinema for 2 years, between the age of 19 to 21, from July 2001 to July 2003. So that before I started in my last law firm job, I liked working there. That was my third job that I liked. The fourth job I liked, well, my last ever job back in between August 2016 to September 2016. And I worked at the job centre as a customer admin assistant, and I was over there for a month, and it was a voluntary job, but I really liked it because I did really well there. And again, I got to wear a nice shirt and tie, trousers, and a nice pair of shoes, and I was there for a month. I had a good relationship with all my work colleagues and my bosses, my boss. And in the end, I got a great reference. I got a fantastic reference, which I've got to this day. Nice A4 paper that written a glowing reference about me and how I worked hard, and I went the extra mile to do well with the work hard with customers, to do well, and everything else. And it was a nice way to say goodbye to the working world at the age of 34 back in September 2016. And it's the last job I had, and that was back in September 2016. Yeah, I mean, I'm looking for work in that. It's the same, but really truthfully, I don't work for anyone because I like my freedom. The freedom that I have, where I can get up when I want to get up. I can have breakfast, lunch, dinner when I want to do, and yeah, it's just a freedom. I can go to the park, I can go to watch football, I can go to the pub, I can do whatever. And when you have an online business, that allows you to do that. When you have a job, you're basically a slave to someone else. You're a slave to someone else's time, because they could tell when to go to work, what to wear, what time to come in, when to go break, when to go lunch, when to go toilet, when to book holiday. I never felt comfortable with that. I can't let no one else control my life. I hated it. I never liked it. And I'm thank God I found my calling. Thank the Lord, man, because my aim is in 2 years' time, in May 2027, age of 44, at the age of 44, when I'm still a relatively young man, I'm gonna come up with if I have 12 million in the bank for my own business, I'll be very happy and very successful. And ultimately, eventually, is to buy my own flat in Cockfosters in North London, in my hometown where I'm living now. To buy a flat, it's outright with cash, with no mortgage. So I'll be mortgage free, so I can get the mortgage debt system. And I feel so blessed. And I never ever. And when I went to America for 1 month holiday in the last year, between 19th of November 2024 to the 19th of December 2024. Me and my family. When I say my family, I say my real mum's side of the family, as in my real mum, my auntie, my granddad, and my uncle. We had disagreements about them. They tell me you should get a job and bloody. I said, I'm like, yeah, whatever, because I just never felt comfortable with anyone else, because when you work for someone else, again, you're a work slave. I remember when we had the worldwide COVID lockdown back in March 2020, yeah, and the government and companies were telling their staff, if you don't take certain medicine, you know what I mean, you lose your job. And I don't want, again, I'm so glad I wasn't in that situation, because I had no job. I was on universal credit, you know what I mean, at the time when it happened. I'm so glad that I didn't feel, as the first time in my life, I didn't feel bad about not having a job since I signed on, because I've got the freedom to not answer anybody. And I would never, if I was in a situation where I was working back in March 2020, and my employer said to me, "Oh, Quincy, if you don't take certain medicine, you lose your job. Then I'll lose my job. Then, 'cause I'm not going to risk my life taking certain medicine and then dying. It's because it's bullshit. I'm not going to be a slave to anybody. You know what I'm saying?" And back to what I was saying, my family situation when I was in America for one month holiday, we had a lot of disagreements, because they want me to be. They want to conform to society's rules, and I hate conforming. I'm not a conformist person. I'm my own individual, free-thinking man. I do what pleases me. If they don't like it, then that's tough shit. Because, me and my uncle had a massive argument, as he was saying to me, all you deserve is minimum wage. I was like, what are you talking about? And because the fact that I haven't worked for a while, and despite the fact that I've got 15 years work experience here, from the age of 17 to 30, going to age 17 to 34. Let's say 16 work experience from let's say 2016, so that's 16 work experience from age 17 to 34ish. And I've got 5 qualifications, including 2 business degrees. Yeah, I worked for 3 law firms. I worked at Birkin, I worked for McDonald's. I had all sorts of other jobs, yeah, like low-paid jobs over the years. So I worked at a shitty job that no one wanted to do, the undesirable job that no one wanted to do. Yeah, so despite all that, getting all my education while I was studying part-time in my degree courses, and I was working full-time, so I busted my ass to get my degrees. I did all-nighters, like studying my coursework modules, and revised my exams and my dissertation, to go through that trouble to get my qualification, to go and graduate twice, for him to tell me I should deserve minimum wage. I thought, fuck that shit, I'm not working minimum wage, I'm not doing minimum wage. If I go for a job here, it's got to pay me at least 28 grand a year office work. If it's not that, I'm not doing the other work, because when you do, I worked out minimum wage. Yeah. He said, "Oh, you do a minimum wage, and that means 15 grand a year, right? If I do minimum wage job, yeah, I'll have to pay my bill, I'll have to pay all my bills and my rent and that. I'm gonna have no money. I'll be worse off than I'm now. You know what I mean? So it's just not worth it. And you know, I had a lot of discussions with my uncle because he wants me to conform, and I'm not doing that. I don't want to conform. That's why, hence why I went down the self-employment route, because for me, I've got the freedom. And when you're self-employed, like Jim Rohn says, yeah, he says, formal education get you a job, but self-education they make you multi-millionaire. And it's so true, because there's so many stories I could tell you. Like, for example, look at Richard Branson. Yeah, he left school, no qualifications. Yeah, but he's the multi-billionaire, one of the richest men in the world. Same as Sir Alan Sugar, Lord Sugar from The Apprentice. Yeah, he left school with one O level, if that one whatever qualification is, one qualification. But yet he's worth over £1 billion. So your grade, your qualifications and grades from school, college, university don't guarantee you a good job. It don't guarantee you to make you rich. All getting those qualifications, getting a good job, is your slave to someone else's time. When we have your own business, yeah, your earnings could become limitless. That means you can earn as much money as you want. That's why, for me personally, once my business takes off, really takes off, hopefully in 2 years' time and make a lot of money, I don't work for anyone else again. And I'm gonna be rich for the rest of my life. And when I have my children and girlfriend and that, I want my future children and my wife and myself to become multi-millionaires, and I help them to have their own business. Yeah? And when I do have my children, they're not having. I'm gonna make sure they're not gonna take a job. I don't want to have to work, because jobs these days don't give a shit about you. They really don't care about the staff, because they get rid of staff left, right, centre. And also AI is taking other people's jobs. So therefore, it's not good. It's not good at all, and it's only get worse, because especially in the Western world, a lot of people applying for jobs and interviews, and they're not in multiple state interviews, they're not getting any luck. I'm just going off topic now, and they all these degrees, masters, PhDs, and they can't get work. So, you know, and it's one of those things that's going to get worse. So back to the topic at hand. I'm so glad I got my online dropshipping business and a solopreneur, because I found something I'm actually good at, and it's easy to do. I operate my phone every day, and I know that I could work in my bedroom, my flat that I live in. I could work in a pub, I could work in a club, I could work in a cinema. I mean, on my online business on my mobile phone. I could work on the beach. I could work anywhere in the world, and that's got the beauty of it. And it's location free, so therefore I'm not stuck to office or stuck to anywhere, any one place. So I'm so glad I found something I enjoy. I invested in it. I'm pretty good at it. And what I've got to do to make it run 24/7 is invest in the marketing, the digital marketing services that my supplier offers, yeah, and invest in the product packages that's going to bring me more profits, more money, more wealth, and that's it. And it runs still 24/7. And all I got to do is obviously pay my subscription, which is like £30 a month for my subscription to run the business, and obviously I got to pay $100, which is like £81 every time the deposit runs out, to get my suppliers to send my packages, products to my customers when they buy something on my website. So that's what I've got to do. That's how I run it. It's so simple to run. You know, what I'll do is pay the monthly subscription, which I'm paying now anyway, and obviously and every time my money deposit runs out, for then my supplier to then send my product packages to my customers after they purchase from my website. I just got to top it up, and that's just so easy. They're so easy to do. I'm so glad I found something that I enjoy, and I thank God, man. I use my brain, I use my research skills, the internet, to find a business that suits me, and it suits me. Cause I just never liked, apart from those 4 jobs I liked, I never liked to work for anyone. I hated working, because, you know, you don't. With a lot of employers, yeah, they put these fucking stupid rules, yeah, that you got to jump through, and I'm thinking, I can't do that. And being my age now, 42, going 43 next month, I couldn't let some 20-year-old kids, university graduate, tell me what to do. I was like, I have to fuck off, man. You know what I'm saying? I can't do it. I can't be slave to anyone. I can't. I won't tolerate it. I won't tolerate it. And when my business does well, makes me a lot of money, I couldn't, and I'm coming to be rich. I could never do a job again. I couldn't. I can't, man. I like my freedom too much to conform to society rules. You know what I mean? So today I'm in Palmer's Green, Brompton Park, have a nice little ale drink, and then the cruise Campio Sylvia. Here you go. I love the beer. But anyway, back to what I was saying. Yeah, I'm so thankful that I found something that I liked, and found online business I'm naturally good at, because it's so simple. It's so easy. All I've got to do is invest in the digital marketing services that my supplier offers, and invest in the product product packages that's profitable, and therefore my business will do well, and it run itself 24/7. You know, that's what it's going to be all fully automated. All I've got to do is just top up the packages. But even say if a customer buys a product for my website, yeah, I got pay for the product to be sent to my customer. So it's better to pay the money to deposit to my supplier, and they send it for me, for my behalf, without me doing anything. So that it sort of runs an autopilot, which is good, man, because I'm gonna have a business eventually it's gonna run 24/7 without me doing anything except for topping up my deposit. That's it. And obviously pay the monthly subscription, which is on automate anyways. That'd be good for me. So I'm gonna live my dream. And I'm gonna be able to book holiday when I want to book holiday. When you're in your job, you got to ask the boss to book time off work. And when I went on holiday last year to America, because I wasn't working, I didn't have to ask for a boss. Oh, can I take a month off? Because when you have a job, let's say normal office job, yeah, the most you get is 2 weeks. You're fucking lucky, yeah. Because I weren't working, I just said, listen, I had to book a month off, and that was it. I didn't have to answer anybody, and that was the beauty of it. The beauty of being self-employed, I'd have to answer no one. I could do what the hell I fucking like, you know what I mean, without having the boss and having the fucking job. Because it's just me and jobs just don't mix. Because I'm free-spirited, I'm blunt, I say how it is, I speak my mind, and a lot of employees, I won't survive in the workplace. I will not survive in the workplace, man. I mean, if I do look for jobs, it's got to be it can't be in less than 28 grand a year. I'm not setting for less than 28 grand when I do look, like, if I look for work, you know what I mean? You know, I know what I want out of life, and I've got ambition and goals, and I've got standards. I'm not letting my standards for anybody, not even family, because you got to stand with baby boomers, yeah, especially my auntie or mum, and obviously my uncle being born in 1967. He's like older Gen Xer. Obviously their time period. Mum being born 1962, my born 1963, and my uncle being born 1967, yeah. They grew up in a time when you worked hard back in the 80s and early 90s, whatever. If you worked hard, you got rewarded. But these days, jobs don't give a shit about that stuff. They can get rid of you. You can do everything right enough and get the top grade school called university, and they still get rid of you. You know, and I don't want to be the mercy of an employer. But therefore, I want to work for myself. I want to, work for myself, but by being self-employed and eventually build financial freedom and be some successful in my own life. I don't want to answer anybody. I just can't fathom it now, especially my age. Even I'm a mature older man, and I don't want to work for anybody, answer anyone, because I can hack it. You know what I'm saying? So therefore, I'm so thank the Lord where I found an online business that's going to hopefully make me a lot of money, and also apply for funding. So hopefully I get funding soon, next few months or so. Probably between June and July, where I find out whether I get funding, or if not, if I don't get funding, I'll just invest in my little money I do earn, and put it back into the business, and pay for whichever digital marketers I can afford, and whatever product package I can afford. So therefore, I can make my website make more money. So I'm so pleased that I found that. It's been a blessing for me. It's been a blessing. And the last job interview I had was back in, ironically 9th of June 2023, which was the day before my 41st birthday. And it was in a law firm job based in Liverpool Street, and the guy's been really rude to me. He's been really rude to me, he's basically questioned one of my qualifications I got from college. And I thought to myself, if you feel so strong about my qualification and you're doubting it, why don't you Google it? And I myself, you know what? I don't think I'll go to another job interview again, because they're just shit. Job interview shit. You have to go through multiple stage job interview for fucking shitty 20 grand a year. For a shitty 25 grand a year job, 20 grand a year job, it's not worth it for shit pay. So you have to run through 4 or 5 stage job interviews, for then pay you fucking peanuts. Or if you go through that whole stage interview, 5 stage interview, and at the last part of the interview they turn and say to you, we don't want you. That's just a waste of fucking time. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to put subject to my job. If I do go for job interview, it's gonna be one job interview, and if I get a job, great. If I don't, I can move on. That's better. I remember 24 years ago, back in 2001, when I had my job, I had one job interview, and if I got it, great. If not, I moved on. It was no harm, no foul. But now these days, jobs are making all these people jump through all these fucking hoops for a fucking shit paid job, yeah, and no benefits for it. And then if you stay there for a year or two, they sack you, and I don't want that to happen to me. No way. You know, I'm so thank God I got my own online dropshipping business that's online, and I'm so lucky. I'm actually really good at it. I really enjoy doing it. So it's so simple to understand, and everything else. So here's the view of Palmer's Green, Bush and Wimpole Park. Yep, back again. So yeah, man. That's put that back to the top at hand. I just enjoy what I do. Because for 5 years or so, 5 years ago, I felt so lost at 37 going 30. I felt so lost, and I decided then that, you know what, when the whole pandemic happened, when the world got worldwide lockdown and people losing jobs and everything, I said, well, you know what, I think I was 37 going 30, or I just turned 38 in June, December 2020. I thought, you know what, Quincy son, you're gonna have to go self-employed, mate, because the job market is fucked. And because of my age at the time, I thought, you know, I'll be too old to get a job, because no one's going to be employ a 42-year-old man now, especially if he's not worked in a normal job for a long time. So therefore, for me, self-employment is the only option I've got, and I think for me it's a blessings God, because I feel so free to do what I want to do. I don't have to ask from anybody, and I love it, and that's what I want to do first my life till I die. My online dropshipping business it's a godsend. That's what I want to do. I don't work for no one. Eventually, I don't work for no one. In 2 years' time, at the age of 44, in the 1st of May or 2nd of May 2027, I want to become a multi-millionaire, be rich. I don't work for no one. You get me? So like, I don't work for no one, and be free and travel the world and live my dreams and buy my own flat in Cockford's North London, 2-bedroom flat. That's get kicked out. That's mortgage free. I can travel the world, get nice material things, nice clothes, and so I can feel good, learn to drive, have a nice BMW Z4 and a nice Porsche car 911. That I can have nice car. My dream car since I was 14-year-old kid back in early 1997, and that sort of thing. So there. So when you have your online business, you can achieve those. You can achieve you can have the nice expensive car. You can have nice designer clothes and nice house. You can do that with a job. You get a mortgage. I mean, I would never get a mortgage, because a mortgage is a fucking debt. It's like 40 year debt. I don't want to get a mortgage, because I remember my uncle when I was in America in the last year saying, "Oh, we used to get a mortgage," and I'm thinking, "Want a fucking low fucking minimum wage job? No thanks." So he's saying to me, "Oh, you need to grow up and that sort of shit." I said, "Well, so if your idea of growing up is despite the fact I've got 16 years work experience, full-time work experience, I got 5 qualifications and 2 degrees, you want me to grow up by taking a shitty minimum wage job which I can barely live on?" And I told him that's the case, I might stay on university credit. You know what I mean? "Oh, I despise people like you because you're lazy. Oh, I have to get up early. You wanted to go to work at a care home to clean people's shit, and you're at home." I was like, "Oh, whatever, man." So, you know, if your idea is me to grow up is to take a shit job, a really shit job I barely live on, so I could barely live. I can't live life. I won't be able to pay my bills if I took a 15 grand a year job, a minimum wage job. Getting a mortgage, I will never be afford a minimum wage. To claim that I'm growing up, I'm not doing that shit. No way. That's why I'm so thank God I got my online dropshipping business. And you know, when I apply for a job anyway, just off the off chance, but they can't be less than 20 grand. With 20 grand, I can be able to not only pay my bills, I can live as well. You know what I mean? So yeah, man. So my aim is obviously in 2 years' time, at the age of 44, in May 2027, May the 1st, or May the 1st, 2027, or May the 2nd, 2027, is become a millionaire, make money from my online business, and become rich, and you know, and become successful in life and everything else. Anyway, if you like the video, please subscribe and out.